Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, joined by cool, calm, and collected Jeff.
I'm two of those things. Which one do you think I'm not?
Collected.
Well done. I am cool
good.
and calm, but I do
I
not
knew
have
it.
it together.
I knew it. Can't ever count on you.
Wow. I've been doing this podcast for years without missing a beat. Recorded an episode after I had a heart attack.
You did try to die.
I wanted out.
And the only way you can get it is
That's
if
the only
you
way I
die.
could thought of, as opposed to sitting you down and having a calm conversation saying, hey, I think I'm done. I thought, no, that's too much work.
Yeah.
Heart
Yep.
attack.
Heart attack. At least you chose the less messy way to go.
Yeah. It's my preferred way to go. Having
right.
done it once before.
Anyways,
let's give it another 40 years or so,
let's get out of the darkness here. Jeff, tell them what the theme is this year and what we watched this week.
Yeah, well, it is spooky month here in October. But as opposed to doing some sort of horror theme, we're doing 1 Degree of Separation all year long. And we've stacked an extra layer of difficulty on ourselves here in the month of October, saying they have to be horror films, scary movies. And so this week, we're watching, last week we watched Messina, which starred Sophie Thatcher, who is in this week's film, The Boogeyman from 2023. It's rated PG-13, runs for an hour 38. Nice, quick, easy. It is directed by Rob Savage and stars Chris Messina, Vivian Lyra Blair, David
Dasmalkian. Yeah, Dasmalkian.
Thank you. And a host of others. But your big three players are Chris Messina, who plays the dad, Sophie Thatcher, who plays Sadie Harper, the eldest daughter, and then the youngest daughter, Sawyer, played by Vivian Lyra Blair.
And Sophie Thatcher plays, you said the daughter,
the oldest daughter, yeah.
Yeah, the oldest daughter, right? So I watched this probably midweek, and you had already watched it.
Yeah,
and
I was excited to get to this one. So the thing is when we're doing scary movies, I'm like a little more ready because it's like a genre I enjoy. Whereas when we watch sort of like, I don't know what you would call them, normal movies, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier for me to sit down and watch this one.
So this one completely missed me. I guess when it came out, and it didn't really have any real big name actors in it. I want to say it's very indie like, but it's probably not indie in the fact that it's
based on the Stephen King work.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to review this one again.
I will. Many years down the road, though. So that's why I didn't feel too bad picking it here, because by the time I get back to it, it'll be years, 2-3 years later.
Yeah.
So,
well, and so I don't know Sophie Thatcher really at all. I know she was the lead in the companion movie that we've talked about that came out this year. That was pretty good.
I really enjoyed that. And
she was in Heretic, right?
Also really good.
This is actually like my fourth movie I've seen her in now. I say that, and she's one of the ensemble leads in the series Yellow Jackets. I think it's Stars or Showtime, one of the two. But she's a good actor. She's a good actor. She's very capable. I thought in this movie she plays kind of the kind of your run of the mill teenager that's grieving, but also is smart and kind of has a good head on their shoulders as far as the character goes, and is not your run-of-the-mill, just dumb, female lead in a horror film. Mm-hmm. And I found that very refreshing for this movie because it is PG-13. And so I texted you midweek, and after I got done watching it, and I was like, that wasn't bad. And that's really how I feel about it, is that it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm a big Chris Messina fan. He plays the dad in this film, and he's a bit part in most of the things that he does. He's kind of a supporting, a small supporting role actor, but he's very good. And I want to say most of the stuff I've seen him in, and this is no different. He plays a kind of this grieving dad that is just kind of going through the motions, trying to hold everything together, and the rest of everything else is falling apart around him, but he's doing his best trying to hold, his family unit together after we learn that his wife and the kid's mother has passed away. And I really thought that he was good in this. And so it helps when you have, in my opinion, you have these family, whether it's a family drama or a family horror film like this, it helps when you have the family unit actors that are very capable of holding screen and holding our attention as far as what's happening, is because it'd be very easy for any of these characters, Sophie Thatcher, Chris Messina, the child actress, to kind of completely mail it in, or just just be like, oh, this is just a horror film, it's not that big of a deal, it's a PG-13 movie, who cares? And I really didn't get any of that here. And so I thought I was actually pleasantly surprised with how much I liked this one.
Yeah, I dug it too. I like a good creepy movie. Eyes glowing in the dark, I'm a fan of that. It does kind of cross where I felt like it showed the monster a little too much,
Yeah.
Kind of, to me,
or
I like
too
things
early, maybe.
Yeah, I kind of like things to lurk in the shadows a bit more. Your imagination draws a better monster than anyone ever could. That being said,
But the creature design, the creature design here wasn't bad.
Oh, I like when it gets close and the hands come out of the mouth.
Yeah,
and it opens itself. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I have really no complaints about the monster. I guess I'm kind of weird where if I watched a movie where they didn't show the monster, I'd be like, what the fuck? And then when they do show the monster, I'm like, I kind of like it better when they don't. So you can't win with me. But I did enjoy the story and the characters a lot. I thought the relationship between the sisters was really nice. I thought that the story of the dad dealing with grief was well done as well. My biggest problem with this, though, is that it's a more commercially digestible version of the Babadook, where definitely the monster is an allegory for grief. Like they can't
for sure
deal with the monster, and then eventually he finds his footing because his daughters need him, and and then the final scene is them in therapy, which is very similar to the end of the Babadook,
Yeah.
Whereas I feel the Babadook is definitely much more metaphorical and much more artsy. This feels a little, I don't want to call it on the nose because I don't think it does that specifically, but it has a similar theme, but definitely tries to approach it in a much more straightforward fashion with the monster, and the overall themes of things. It feels like you could watch the movie and the monster isn't really grief like in the Babadook. It's very specifically grief. Whereas this could be just a coincidence. But I feel like the similarities are pretty strong for me.
Yeah, it's anytime you get baby murder in your first scene, the movie's either going to go one of two ways. It's going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. and we got baby murder like in the first scene, off screen, but blood on screen. And that sets up the film. And I have questions about kind of the story and how like this creature is very much real, but how does it live? And like there's crossover between like, oh, this thing is just in the minds of the people that it's affecting, or is this actually very real and can bleed? And the movie goes to the extent of telling the audience it bleeds, we can kill it. And so then I kind of got, and I shouldn't have allowed myself to do this, but anytime this happens where the story kind of stops making sense a little bit, I get bogged down into the why are we in this situation that we're in, or the characters are in the situation they're in. What is this thing? And like, yes, it is an allegory for, or a metaphor for grief, and the grief that these main characters are experiencing. And we meet the crazy lady whose children were taken, and David Dasmalkian.
Is she crazy?
No, she's not, but she presents like it, right? The movie wants us to feel like she is, crazy, disturbed. And she does certain things that make you question, hey, is she actually legitimate? But I do think that, like, I do have small problems with the story, but like that, I think the rest of the movie is good enough to kind of just cast those aside and say, hey, we're in an hour 30-minute movie. We don't need to get bogged down into story or whether or not this creature is like stems from nature, or if it's just made up in the minds of the people that it's affecting. With that said, I did like the creature design. I did think they showed it too much too early. With you, I'm a glowing eyes and the kind of Cheshire cat smile type thing. I really dug that. There are a few scenes that I was like, ooh, CG's not great. But there was like one or two scenes, and it was very quick. And it was in the basement in the final battle of this thing. But for the most part, I thought the design was unique enough. I think we've seen enough creature monster movies where these things walk on these inverted legs and kind of wall crawl stuff. I mean, that's been done before, but like this is a Slender Man / the things from what's the Quiet Place type thing, and so so I think the design has been done, but in the presentation of the design and what this creature is supposed to be, the Boogeyman, I did think that there was a lot to like about the presentation of the creature here. I didn't really enjoy the child actress too much, but that's like a tale as old as time. Right. I just think there's scenes where you're like, ooh, that's cringy. That's cringy from a child actor. But then there's other ones where she's like kind of nonchalant and kind of funny, and I thought that went a long way to kind of dispel my concerns about her. But I think this is I'm hesitant to say it, like a very good horror film. It's got a lot of jump scares in it. It's got quite a bit of blood. Not gore.
But it still maintains its PG-13.
Yeah, I mean, we got at the end of the movie, we got the standard, you're allotted one fuck you, per movie, and I thought that was right. I mean, but I didn't think it was forced though. I mean, I thought it was a good moment to use it, but
I didn't notice it. Like, it didn't register to me that
Yeah,
that was the only fuck in the movie.
Well, if they had any more, it would have been rated R. But I just think that it's scary. It is legitimately scary. There are a lot of dark moments in it. There are a lot of like dark hallway, dark room, dark basement. We got like what's the Stranger Things upside down world type stuff on the walls, and so like what I really appreciate about this movie is that it actually went for a very hardline horror movie with a PG-13 rating, and I very much appreciate that.
I think so too. I think it balanced it well. It did a lot with the rating, I should say. Some of my favorite scenes, I like the scene when they go to the therapist and she uses that light thing.
Oh, yeah.
To make the room red, and then, you can kind of see things moving around in the background, and that was kind of creepy. Really dug that. But for me, it's like my favorite thing is when you just see, like, even in this movie, they kind of almost pointed the camera too closely. I like, in movies like this, I like it when the thing in the background is easy to miss, where I saw it, but I'm not sure if everybody saw it, Right. And in this, it's like, okay, there it is in the background there, whereas I'd like to see, like, on a second viewing, if there's, little bits that I missed, which, I mean, I guess there could be, but I felt like, again, for my taste, it was a little heavy-handed on that side of showing you a lot more than I was ready for too quickly.
Well, it's, and this movie came out in 2023, and so, like, and it came out in the in summer of 2023. So, kind of probably, I don't know what studio made this. I think it was a Fox, 20th Century Fox or whatever. But I want to say that this movie, the production company and parent companies, they probably were like, we probably don't know if this movie's going to be any good. It's probably not going to make any money, so let's just throw it in June. It'll kind of be like the third movie on a new Friday during the summer, and maybe make $10 million. What I appreciate about those type of movies is when the production companies and the studios, they have no faith in a movie, and so it flies so far under the radar that we get cool shit like what we're doing right now. It's because the more I think about this movie, the more I'm like, we've watched really good movies this year, but I don't think we've watched a movie that has surprised me as how good it was as this one.
Yeah. Your expectations were exceeded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Like I had never heard of this movie before you picked it, and
well, it was on my radar because I knew at some point I was going to have to watch it for chronologically, but yeah.
But I mean, that's cool that we can still be so pleasantly surprised by a movie that we're talking about it, and it has the immediate reaction of, wow, that was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And it actually is. And I watched it with my wife, and she's somebody that scares easy, and she is an audible, like, yelper, screamer, whatever. We just went to Hallow Scream yesterday down in Tampa. And she likes to be scared. So we go to these things. We go to Halloween Horror Nights. We go to Hallow Scream. And she's always in the front of the line to go into the haunted house. She wants to be scared.
So
she feels like she gets her
creature, but she's also likes it.
Oh yeah. But she also feels like, oh well, we paid this money to come and get scared. Let's get scared. And so it's fun to watch a movie like this with her, where she has zero expectations, and like shit right away she's like, ah, but very much loud. And it just, like, at the end of the movie, I was like, hey, did you like it? She goes, yeah. She goes, I never heard of that movie. I was like, yeah, I didn't either. And she goes, that's pretty good. I was like, yeah, you screamed like 5 times. And so, like, it's just, cool stuff like that has what the movie intended. But as I'm talking in this, I'm watching the trailer play for this movie. Some of the cinematography in this movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I love, like, horror movies. For me, they tend to just have really great cinematography. At least the good ones do.
Yeah.
The way they show the rooms and the way the camera has to move to maybe show you something, but not quite. I think it's always good, and this was no exception.
Well, there was one scene in the trailer that just reminded me of it. It's when the little girl has the light up ball or whatever it is, and it goes by her bed.
I love the light up ball, dude.
Is it a moon?
I don't know what it is. It looks like it could be the moon, but I thought that was such a cool prop that the movie utilized, that kind of was like the iconic part of what you're going to take away is this cool thing.
Yeah, and so she reaches down off of her bed to get it, and the camera does kind of this 180 to where she flips upside down, and it shows her hanging upside down, looking under her bed.
Yeah.
With this light up ball, and the way the camera kind of rotates and it flips the scene, and then she rolls the ball towards, I guess, the other side of the bed, and it briefly illuminates this creature. I mean, it was very well done. And I think that was the first time we saw it in the movie, and I was like, ooh, that's it. And if the movie had kept that suspense throughout towards the end, where we didn't get kind of full frontal of the creature midway through.
Full frontal of this thing, we saw its dangly bits and all.
Was it good for you? It was good for me. But no, it's just like there's certain things about this movie that as I go back and I think about it, and I watch this trailer play, and this is a movie that I'll probably go back and watch again.
It'll be your new Christmas Halloween fucking thing.
I don't know. I don't know because Hubie Halloween is a very holiday-esque movie.
Halloween, yeah.
Yes, specifically. This is a movie that you could watch us in the dark,
right,
and kind of be spooked out about. Hubie Halloween, you have to watch in and around Halloween to get the full effect. But
I'm going to find out this year. It'll be my first.
Yeah, you
Hubie.
Are. Oh God, you're going to be so. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, so what did you think about the ending of this one?
Like I said, it really struck home, the whole Babadook thing, but I do think I really liked it. Like the whole thing with the dad finally getting off his ass and helping save the kids, and I did like the lead up with the whole light the fire and then ask her dead mom to move it to the left or whatever, and it finally happens. And I thought it was well done. I think they played up to the finale well. I wasn't let down. I was glad that everyone survived, like of our main cast, everyone made it, which was nice, because a lot of times in these horror movies, they don't make it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I enjoyed the very action-oriented ending.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you get these creature films, it'll be the ending turns very supernatural, or they figure out a way to take it down, and it's kind of this non-believable action, I guess. Mm-hmm. I felt like this one, and the movie does lead up to, hey, this thing can be killed, so let's kill it. And I thought that served the movie well. lighting it on fire and shooting it in the face with the shotgun, and I just thought it was cool. It was a very unexpected type final encounter with this thing that reaffirms my thought about Sophie Thatcher's character from the beginning, is that she's a smart, kind of no nonsense, tough minded protagonist, and that was the same all the way through, and I appreciated that, is because never once did I think that she was going to be caught in a position where she wasn't expecting something, or she was going to be caught in a position where you're like, ooh, that wasn't a good choice.
Yeah.
Every bit of the movie, there was certain parts where I was like, oh shit, like when the dad gets home and he's on the phone with the daughter, and he's got the girl, the small girl, and the creature grabs him, and it's just like this forceful grab, and he goes flying back into the house. Yeah, very cool. Or when the creature comes through the door in the house and just completely annihilates Sophie Thatcher's character. But it turns out she was, I think, dreaming in one of those sequences. I don't know. But it was just like, oh shit, that's a jump scare. But it was also, holy shit, this thing is crazy. I don't know, man. I really dug this movie. And I'm gonna have a hard time keeping it off a best of end of year list, I think.
You think? I think you'll come. Well, we've had a good year.
We have had a good year.
But I'm glad that we found one for you that really hit home.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, you did a good job.
But do you recommend it?
Ooh, yes, for sure I do. I think this is a rare movie that you'll probably catch most people off guard by. And it's because I feel like most people probably haven't seen this movie. And so you throw them the recommendation and they go watch it, and they're going to come out of it going, huh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
I'd be like, have you seen The Babadook? You haven't? Watch this. Go ahead. Like, because like my only critiques of the movie are the similarities to The Babadook.
Sure.
Without that in mind, it's really great and a lot of fun. So I also recommend this one.
Ooh, good.
You're welcome.
But you know what?
Now I'm curious as to what's about to happen to me.
We got to pick, or I'm picking our last October spooky standalone, connected to the not Hoobie Halloween.
Because Hoobie is on its own. It's not eligible for our tops and bottoms at the end of the year. It's a bonus. It's outside of the realm of what we're drafting. So, this week?
So I'm going to connect it to a film that I saw when it first came out, and I didn't pay that much attention to the story, but I felt like it was a pretty good movie by the time it was over with. And I'm interested to go back and watch it now that I'll be paying attention to it. It is a horror film. But it stars. It's from 2023, and it's directed by I can't even pronounce this guy's name. He's a Scandinavian, Norwegian guy. He's got a last name with the O with the slash through it.
Bunch of K's and
it's his first name's Andre. His first name's Andre, but maybe his last name is Avridril. Who knows? But. We are going to watch, and how we're connecting this is that this movie also has David Dastmalchian in it. But we are going to watch from 2023, rated R, coming in at 1 hour 58 minutes, The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
So it's a boat movie.
It's a boat. Yes. It's a horror boat movie. It's got vampires in it.
Okay.
And
I've
the
not seen
synopsis.
nor heard of this, so
The synopsis is: a crew sailing from Varna, Bulgaria, by the Black Sea to England find that they are carrying very dangerous cargo. I can tell you that one of the writers on this movie is Bram Stoker. So,
so I can. Well, he's probably credited. He didn't actually write it. It's
right,
one of those
correct.
things.
No, I'm pretty sure the vampire in this is Dracula. So,
this guy's a lot.
And
of
it's got-
horror movies.
yeah,
Director,
this
anyway.
the last voyage of the Demeter stars one of my favorite British actors, and his name is Liam Cunningham, and he's an older British guy that I first saw in Game of Thrones, and he was one of my favorite. He played the Onion Knight in Game of Thrones, and he was one of my favorite characters in that series, and he's pretty good in everything else I've seen him in, and he's the captain of the boat here, I think. And so, interested to watch it to like pay my undivided attention to it and see if it's as good as I remember it being when I wasn't paying attention.
Well, I set the bar high, so let's see if you can do it.
You did set the bar high, but
Look at that.
you know,
I'm just gonna keep gloating, and it's rare that I actually get something you like, because normally I just pick shit you hate.
but speaking of shit that we don't hate, hit the subscribe button when it pops up if you're watching on the YouTube, so you don't miss any future content right here on our YouTube channel. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. So give us a like, follow, and a subscribe so you don't miss any future content right here on all of our social media platforms. Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, I've got two other podcasts. I've got one that's called The Movie Draft House. Actually, that's this podcast. I'm thinking of Chronologically, where we go through full filmographies. Right now, we're working our way through the 90s films of Stephen King. And my other podcast called All Things Being Sequel, we're looking at the Critters films. Be sure to check those out wherever you get your pods.
Favorite Critters movie, not Critters 2.
Ooh. 3. Critters 3. 3's pretty good. It's got Leo in it. Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, good.
But you didn't know that.
I did not. Anyways, Jeff, any last words?
Nope, not at all. See y'all next week.